Disturbance. Hello, YouTube, MS family and friends, non-MS family and friends, conspiracy theorists that I talk to, musicians, music lovers, everyone. I'm just going to give everyone an update. Hopefully, whether you're interested in my MS, my CCSVI, my music, or whatever, or just like, to talk to me, I just want to tell you guys I really appreciate it. I've actually got over 500 subscribers now, which is, I guess, a big deal. As far as YouTubers go, it kind of tells you that you're getting a nice following. So I wanted to thank everyone and take this opportunity to say thank you for watching me and listening to me run my mouth constantly and not hating me, which is cool because, no one likes to be hated. So I thought I would go ahead and broach the subject that everyone's probably waiting to hear about, and that would be, how have I been doing? Okay, first I'm going to say I haven't answered all the comments or emails or whatever that I've been getting. I've had many videos posted up here recently, and it's harder to keep, because between giving the information out to some people that need contact information or whatever, I've been a busy boy, plus I work a full-time job. So just be patient. I may not answer everything, but I'll do my best. So I pride myself in that, in doing that. So now having the 500 subscribers, it's going to be even that much harder for me to get back to people, but I'll do my best. Okay. How have I been doing? Wow. Awesome. My life's back. I mean, just everything that I thought may happen, and I was excited about it, and my lowest expectations were that there would be no change. My highest expectation was that I would have essentially no MS, and I'm happy to report that my highest expectations have been met. This doctor did a really good job. There are several things I need to talk about right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just go down my list. If I miss anything, I apologize, and I can always make another video. So feel free to comment, feel free to ask questions or whatever. I may not get right back to you. That's all I'm saying. How I've been doing is awesome. I've been, running around. I've been showing off my New Balance to everyone. Which, you do a heel-to-toe walk for someone, they're like, oh, okay. Everybody, oh, he's so cute. He thinks he's special, he can do that. But, yeah, I am special that I can do that because I couldn't do it for 7 years. So I've been showing everybody, anyone who will pay attention. I've been giving people a dissertation on CCSVI that don't know anything about MS. They don't want to know about it, but I'm talking to everybody about it. I'm so excited. I'm like a walking commercial for CCSVI. I mean, I don't have any problem with taking some of my time to educate people about it, because somebody did that for me. Somebody asked me a question, have you heard of it? Then when I researched it, other people posted up things, publications have written articles and things. So anyone who basically talks about it's on the right team. So, that's how I've been doing. I've been, enjoying my family, running around. The weather's been fairly cool, so I haven't really been able to see if I have a return to Utah's phenomenon, or whatever they call it. It's where you, on hot days, or if you get too hot, where your MS symptoms come back with a vengeance. It's been relatively cool. As you see, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. It's kind of chilly in the house. So, wow. You wouldn't have seen me in a sweatshirt on a day like today. I can guarantee you that 2 months ago. Even if it was like 60 degrees, I wouldn't wear a sweatshirt. I'd be hot, sweaty. So, I don't know. Some of it might be the weight loss. I've lost like 40 pounds. So, but that's different. Vision's clear as a bell, which ironically, after I'm nearsighted anyway. I wear contact lenses or glasses. And the crazy thing about this is I had this perfect vision, which I've already talked to, about the vibrant colors and the sharpness of my vision. And like 2 days after the liberation procedure, I scratched my cornea. Taking out my I had been able to see for the first time in a long time really clearly and really sharp. So I had just, you know, been keeping my contact lenses in, and was falling asleep with them in, because the last thing I wanted to see before I went to bed, I wanted it to be, you know, I was just like a kid, you know, and so I slept in my contacts. Make a long story short, I went to take them out and scratch my cornea. So then my vision was blurry in that eye for like 2 days, and it was leaking. But my eyes are back to normal, and I still see everything clearly. So that's awesome. The emotional impact of the liberation procedure I wanted to talk to you about. I was more emotional before I got it, because I knew this was going to happen, that I was going to get a good result. But I mean, I haven't really had a lot of breakdowns, like, you know, just like tears of happiness or whatever. But I want to go there a lot. I'll feel that, the desire to start crying. And it made me realize that my quickness to cry now is a good gift that MS gave me. So the whole MS experience hasn't been bad, because crying is good for you. It's really good for the soul. And I'm glad. That's one thing MS has brought me. I mean, appreciation for every step I'll ever take, every word I'll ever say, appreciation for my life. But I really do appreciate some of the more hard things, the more difficult things that I had to deal with, because they have definitely shown me, you know, that it's okay to cry, that it's okay to love people that are virtually complete strangers. It taught me to share a lot of things. So I wouldn't trade it for the world. I would not trade having had MS and having MS. I still have MS. I feel like I don't have it anymore, but I know I have it. And I know that I still have CCSVI. Even though the perfect flow was noted, I know that the chance of re-narrowing of my veins is very good. In fact, someone who was treated that I've met after the fact, really nice guy, he got the same thing done. Had basically the same thing wrong with me. In fact, his blockage was a little bit worse. But he believes his is restenosing, because his MS symptoms are coming back. So what I wanted to say was, just like when you watch those infomercials or whatever, and it says results not typical, individual results may vary. That's kind of the disclaimer I want to tell you. Just because you see me going from barely able to balance myself to doing a pretty good heel to toe, I just don't want you to build up too much hope that you're going to get that. I don't believe in false hope. I believe even a shred of hope is important. And like Dante Alighieri wrote, you know, all ye who enter abandon all hope. That's written above the gates of hell. And the gates of hell is multiple sclerosis. I mean, MS is hell. It is hell on earth. And the hope that I've been seeing, that, you know, that we're sharing, that didn't exist 2 years ago. That didn't exist a year and a half ago. So, you know, we basically tore down that sign, all of us. We tore down the sign above the gates of MS or hell, and said, it said, all ye who enter, you know, abandon all hope. Now it says, we have hope, therefore we have life. We have hope, therefore we're not disabled. So even if you get nothing, if you get the liberation procedure and you don't feel any better, that hope will help. I believe this. I believe. And I also believe that having hope may make it more effective, because the mind is very powerful. I always get off track. I even had notes. Okay. So that's the emotional impact. I've cried a lot. Okay. So the theory, I've actually had to tweak my theory, you know, because I have my individual thoughts, you know, with the medical background about CCSVI and you know why so many people with MS still have it, and why 90% of people with MS, because if they do the venogram, it pretty much shows that 90% of the people have CCSVI who have MS. So you know, the crap studies and the people doing MRVs and a bunch of other stuff and not doing the venogram, Yeah, that's just that. What that's propaganda. That's you ever hear the saying that figures lie and liars figure? You can pretty much you can do certain things with a study to give you the desired results that you, and it both ways. Zamboni made sure, he used the exact things that he knew would show what his theory was. The venogram, getting it, I mean, that's going to give you the most detailed look inside the vein. It's invasive, but minimally. Like the doctor told me, I had a higher, as much of a risk to get sick from the IV stick as the actual catheterization. So anyway, the theory with CCSVI, mine's kind of changing. I only had a 60% blockage, and I do have enough medical knowledge to know that if you have essentially an open jugular vein and one of them's 60% blocked, even with the reflex, because it's going to send the blood back up, that the blood is going to come down. It's going to pick collateral veins, and those are going to widen, and your body's built to adapt. We're made by a pretty awesomely smart, intelligent creator, and he knew what he was doing. So yeah, so that was been the problem that a lot of neurologists have, and some vascular people, like collateral drainage will take care of all that. But that reflex, just the fact that it's sending it back up and can cause things to stagnate with the 60%. Now I have over 30 lesions on my brain. I'm relapsing, remitting. Several things, not just the liberation. The liberation procedure was the last thing that gave me my life back. But I have been improving over the last few years. And it's just been a happy coincidence. Like I've told you guys about my theory about chronic obstructive sleep apnea. And I do think that it contributes. There are probably 10 more contributing factors that haven't been identified because it's so early in this research. But, okay. This is probably going to be a 2-part video because I'm really talking a lot. So, anyway, to make a long story short, I think it's a combination between me having sleep apnea and the 60% blockage. A lot of people with MS probably don't have sleep apnea, but they may have an 80% blockage over here and a 60% blockage over here and maybe a 50% blockage in the azygos. So it's a combination. And I do think that there's a correlation between your blockage and the course of your disease. Meaning that obviously I'd been in a nice mild remission, and I had a mild time with MS the last few years. And the things that really helped me, I think, were getting the CPAP machine for sleep apnea, because when you have sleep apnea, you do the same thing as when you bear down and do Valsalva's maneuver. It stops that flow. So you're doing sleep apnea and you're stopping flow, plus you have a 60% blockage that's reflexing. I think those things were the perfect storm to make me very, very sick 7 years ago. So that's my theory now. CCSVI, yes, but I do think that there are a lot of variables, and we are going to find people who have MS and do not have CCSVI. We're going to find them. Things are going to happen. We just need to research it. I'm not saying just take my word for it. I'm saying but put some major resources towards studying it and be unbiased. And that hasn't happened. These studies have been designed to make it look like it's a lie. Okay. Last thing is I wanted to say was about permanent damage and inflammation. I thought I had permanent damage. Obviously, it was a lot of chronic inflammation. And that's so individual, just like the disease per person so individual. That's the variable. So you never know. That's why results aren't typical. My result isn't a typical result because I have a different disease than you have or someone else has. But some people are going to get miraculous healing. So I have to go. I love you guys. God bless. Go Bears on Sunday. Beat the Lions. Give us a kiss.